Okay. Okay, so we have here the Kell blood group system. So this includes here your Kell 006 ISBD classification number and the KX with 019 classification number. Okay, so the Kell blood group system was then the first blood group discovered after the discovery of your antiglobulin testing. Okay, and basically this includes here the antigens belonging to your Kell blood group system. We have here the bigger K, the smaller K, the KPA, the GSA, the KPB, GSB, and we have also here the K11. Okay, and even your KX, this is 019 ISBD classification. Okay, lahat ng mga A, KPA, GSA are low prevalent na mga antigens. KPB, GSB, mga B, usually those are high prevalent antigen. Pag high prevalent antigen, so we're expecting that one you were able to find majority of the population to be positive for that antigens. Among your antigen here, belonging to your Kell-Bragg group system, the big K, okay, is usually considered here as the second immunogenic, or the Kell antigen here, the bigger K is considered to be the second immunogenic after your RHD na antigen outside your ABO blood group system. Mean to say, pinaka-immunogenic is the ABO, followed by your D, and finally we have here the third one is your K. Okay, so the antigen for the Kell blood group system here, the bigger K is being produced here at the 10th weeks. The smaller K is being produced at 7 weeks, making this one as well developed at birth. Okay, so the antigen here for your Kell blood group systems, okay, this includes here your high prevalent antigen and plus your smaller K, the KPBGSB, and other high prevalent antigens are identified because this blood group is very unique among our blood group system because this one is not destroyed nor enhanced by the routine blood banking enzymes. But then it's being affected here by our sulfide-containing enzymes. This includes your DDT dithiotritol and we have your AET or your aminoethyl isothiauronium bromide because this is the only one which tend to destroy all your Kell antigens except your KX. Because again, if you're using here the routine blood banking enzyme, trypsin, papain, your Kell blood group systems are not affected by those enzymes. But then again, you need to be very careful for that because other blood groups here like your GMH, your LW blood group system, your Cromer, your NAPS, and even your Dombrock blood group systems are also being destroyed by your sulfide-containing enzymes. Okay, then we have also here the different phenotypes related to your Kell blood group system. So we have here your common phenotype. So this one contains here the following antigen. We have the K, the KPB, GSB, and K11. So we have also here the K0 or equivalent to your null type. So wala siyang antigen. And we have also here the McLeod phenotype. We have your trace na smaller K, KPA, GSB, and K11 antigens. So again, they are identified, differentiated from one another by the expression of your Km and the Kx na antigen found in the RBC membrane. So for the common phenotype, we have here a strong expression of the Km antigen but not your Kx. For the K0 or K null, we have here a strong expression of your Kx but not your Km. In the case of your McLeod phenotype, on the other hand, so it would have here the absence of both your Km and your Kx antigen. Okay, so speaking of your McLeod phenotype, so McLeod phenotype here is actually associated with your disease na CGD or your chronic granulomatous disease. The chronic granulomatous disease is a sex-linked disorder. So pag sabing sex-linked, so basically the abnormal carrier of this gene here is actually the mother and manifestation of the disease is in the male na patient. So speaking about your chronic granulomatous disease, so basically that one is characterized here by the absence of your NADPH oxidase. NADPH oxidase is an enzyme that is needed for your respiratory burst that would allow your phagocytes like your neutrophil, for example, in other phagocytes or monocytes, to kill here, or even most likely the neutrophil, to kill the ingested na pathogen. So, sometimes your phagocyte neutrophil na ingest na siya, pero from there, dapat napapatayin niya by respiratory burst by production of your hydrogen peroxide. Okay, with the aid of your enzyme na myeloperoxidase and even your catalase, myeloperoxidase. However, in the case of your chronic granulomatous disease, wala siyang enzyme na NADPH oxidase and therefore hindi siya makapag-produce ng hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is a superoxide radical which is toxic to your bacteria. And therefore, ito ang responsible na would allow the digestion or the respiratory burst of your bacteria para mapatay siya ng ating mga phagocytes. And therefore, pag wala kang ganitong enzyme, mangyayari ay your phagocyte will able to ingest those bacteria pero hindi niya mapatay. And the patient would have here a recurrent bacterial infection. Okay, this is also characterized by the presence of your acanthocytes, would have here the muscles, the nerve, and your hematologic features characterized by your hemolytic reactions. Okay, then we have also here the altered expression of your Kell. So basically, in the case of your Gerbich here is another blood group. So if the patient would have your Gerbich negative for -2, -3, and -4 in antigen, so expect also here that the Kell antigens are also depressed. Okay, then we have also here in the case of your Streptococcus faecium infection, the patient also have here decrease in also ang kanilang Kell antigen expression. Okay, the next one, we have here your Duffy blood group system. So this is your 008 ISBT classification number. So there are two antigens primarily related to your Duffy blood group system, your FYA and FYB. Okay, so the expression of your antigen related to your Duffy, the FYA and FYB, is under the influence of your gene FY gene. So in order for you to express that one na magiging positive ka sa FYA sa FYB, then dapat meron kang FY gene na inherit. So pag wala ka nito, that results to your FYA negative, FYB negative. Okay, this blood group here, antibodies related to your anti-FYA, has been isolated from Mr. Duffy. Okay, which is a hemophiliac na patient, that's why pinangalanan siyang Duffy blood group system. The counterpart na antibody, anti-FYB, has been identified as a multi-pathos pregnant patient. And basically, your Duffy antigen is being used here as our receptor for your plasmodium infection for the invasion